All right, welcome back, everybody. Map number 2 of the best of 3. Devastation taking that map, and honestly, a close one, 16-14. Cannonchow going big in that last round, able to close things out. So Devastation now on the T side on their map choice, Inferno. And we'll see what they decide to do. They're going with the Tech 9 armor. So we got Cheeks. He's gifted a Tech 9. So he's got armor with it as well.
What a
nade.
nade.
My God. That is why you nade down Banana. Once in a while, you're going to be gifted with so much damage done. The Devastation already playing from behind here. They're going to try and take into the site, and Sasquatch gets one, but looks to be the only success. He gets a second as well, but Best from behind blindsides him with that USPS headshot. 260 total damage with grenades. SQ proving his worth in that round. I'm not going to get armor. Got the nade. Takes a lot of players down. So Devastation, on their map choice, they will go down on that pistol round. But we'll see what they have in store, as they didn't get a bomb plant or anything. So what do they go with? Just straight P250 buys, so just saving it up.
Yeah, we'll probably see this do that next round as well. I'm sure Best and Askew would like to keep their ADR how it is right now, 225 and 197. Crazy stuff. And now Devastation, rocking the P250s. See where they want to go with these. Just sitting pretty patiently. It's looking like a default round from them, actually. They're getting Hall's control, trying to make sure nobody's pushing down Banana for third Equinox, and they're eventually going to open up onto this A-bomb site. They have worked up. Jared is peeking the arch side. Pop flash being thrown by Askew, and he doesn't see anybody. This might give him an inkling that it's a bit safe, but now here comes Devastation. Sasquatch, first to engage. Teammate Cannonchow already went down, and now thinking about falling back to B is Devastation.
Yeah, interesting that Cannonchow decided to peek before any of his teammates actually decided to take up mid. So I'm not sure if that was intended, but they're going to have to deal with LeBroy James here with the auto shotty. He's got one. They do not want to feed him kills here. Best is actually going to come in and steal one, but two even. That's fantastic for that auto shotgun, as you get $900 a frag. That's insane. So much money put in his pocket. So definitely good enough reason to buy that. Banana's a great location to play with, especially sandbags there. You can be overrun, but the fire rate on the auto might work out for you. So third Equinox, they go up 2-0. Devastation once again, very much P250s across the board. They've got Sasquatch with, you'll have a flash and a smoke. So we'll see where that is intended to go as they take towards mid to an alt mid at the moment. But maybe it's just smoke into mid, flash into it as well, or something to that effect. But at the moment, it's very grouped up. It does look to be some sort of mid play, though.
Yeah, and they're going to get delayed by that smoke for the time being. Actually, it's thrown the wrong way, so still able to peek mid. Still no smokes and flashes thrown from Sasquatch here, but it's pretty obvious what's going on if you're third Equinox. You can see them already rotating. One more player over there, and now they're going to try to be wrapping from the arch side. Pop flash from Askew, traded off by Cheek, still trying to make their way up arch side. They get another one, but Best flying through the smoke, and now only PM in the site. Did pick up fallen player's weapon, can't do anything with it, so third Equinox starting off strong on Devastation's map choice. And taking a look at the money, it doesn't look like Jared will be able to op unless he wants to glass cannon it. And already an op up for third Equinox, so we'll see how that pans out as far as if LeBroy James wants to peek mid or not. I'm surprised that's the first time I've done that with how similar that name is.
It should have happened way earlier with one of us, but we've been decent about it there. But it's understandable, and it's a known celebrity of sorts. But anyhow, we've got players in alt mid at hay bale here, and actually Sasquatch just jump peeks. They find out that there is an AWP on the field. Luckily for Sasquatch, doesn't receive any leg damage or anything like that. So they do force LeBroy James to fall back, though. He's going to play more passive here at Archers. He's actually smoked off at the moment, so they know that the op's there. We'll smoke off that side. And looks like the truck side is going to be the avenue of attack. They've got Cannonchow up in back halls. Cheek's going to join them. Actually, they're still in alt mid, so they haven't really committed to anything yet. TM and Banana, he's going to be slowly walking back, so I think at some point Sasquatch is going to drop his smoke once again. And here it goes, as they will send it over to arch side. But do they pull back? And that's looking to be the case.
Yeah, just pressuring up porch. The fake is being bought by third Equinox. You see one of the players slowly cheating over. Devastation does lose one. over towards A, but that's not so bad as long as Cheek stays alive and keeps that additional player from B over at the A bomb site. All creeping through the smoke over here at B. Gets one traded out, though. This is good for Equinox, and Best gets there in time to get the refrag. But this is going to be a bomb plant for Jared, and he's going to have enough time to post-plant, position himself in this 1 versus 3. Tries to go back, and he makes it into the dark spot. He has to dwindle the numbers down before everybody gets near him. Can't get the first one on the LeBroy James, and this is going to allow the CTs to push up. And yeah, if you don't get the first one in that situation, it makes it so hard to clutch it out.
Yeah, exactly. You need to start as soon as they get in a position where all 3 can attack at once. You're really out of luck there. So you need to try and find some duels. That's what he did, but he wasn't able to secure any. 3rd Equinox, 4th round on their CT side. Good start as, again, their map choice. They did drop it. It was a close one, though. They want to do the same here and bring this to Cobblestone as our 3rd random map. But Devastation, once again, able to get AKs on the field. No Molotovs to note, so that's something kind of that is left out if they do take B or something like that. Again, Molotovs very effective, especially on Inferno here, but it's going to be LeBroy James. Takes down TM super early. And I'm not going to lie, the things that I've heard about TM is he's a bit of an emotional player. So I think if you do that to him a couple times, you might have one of the players on tilt a little bit, but again, that's all hearsay on my part.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm one of those players too. It's like if you get picked mid, and then next time you're thinking I could pick this guy, I'm gonna do it again, but you might just feed some more advantages to your opposition. Now Devastation trying to work out mid. Cannon Chow goes out alone. This is the 2nd time we've seen him do that. Trade is there for Devastation, still advantage Equinox. Sasquatch looking to take up arch side with his teammate. LeBroy James gonna peek it. One of the players already passed. Whips onto the 2nd. This puts Best in a precarious spot. Jared, though, now has to hold on to his AK, and it's gonna be Equinox who hold B as well as the arch side, moving up 5-0. Probably gonna be a Devastation save here, despite having 5-round loss bonus. They're just at the point where they can't buy a couple more $100 than they would be able to. But yeah, 3rd Equinox, 5-0. Both teams in position to take each other's map choice. And the random map Cobble, that just brings sweet melodies to my ears.
Yeah, we're fans of the new map over here, as or new maps in general. It's just exciting to watch. We've seen a lot of these maps time and time again. It's interesting to see what comes out on those new maps, as there's a lot of kind of intuitive new play that people might just not know about yet, so tricks up their sleeve and such. But we're going to see another B-side play as they're grouping up near Banana. One of those smokes goes down on Car, and that's for the CTs to actually spot feed, but it dissipates in good time, so we'll have to fall back to the site. Sasquatch leading the charge here. Here we go. Actually, one of them caught with an 8 out, but not punished for its Best with 2, and they actually are able to take down SQ. Best goes down as well, so 2 players left alive for this. Not bad as the bomb getting set.
Yeah, TM hasn't grabbed a gun yet, and they're going to double up in the garden area. Cheeks has to stop this 1 garden player and then make it a 2-on-2, and then that'll be a nice little doable round for them. Anybody coming from construction? Wow, nobody's coming from construction. Good shot by TM. Cheeks falls inside of the construction area. TM looks to refrag on that, and 3rd Equinox is going to claim another victory, bringing it up to 6 here. And Devastation has been getting a lot of kills. We see 3rd Equinox, a lot of their players were fairly low. I mean, in the couple thousand mark, not too bad by any means. And after winning that one, but it just shows that Devastation has been getting quite a few kills here. And now, after losing 6 in a row, going to be able to buy up once more. And what's the adaptation from them? I'm seeing a very traditional Inferno being played by Devastation. Just slow works, getting control of halls, getting control of Banana, and then hitting either A, B, or faking A back to B. But it doesn't, they're not winning at the end of the round. They're not finding the right entry frags to make it work. It's been all 3rd Equinox at the beginning of the rounds. And Devastation just need to somehow find an entry pick. LeBroy James has been doing all right with that AWP. Pop flash thrown at mid. Anybody there for 8x? No. And one of the things I've been noticing here, again, Cannon Chow does it. He goes mid before his teammates are in position or to try to refrag with them. This time, he does get the opener, though. So this time, you can't really blame him for it.
Yeah, and that's actually his first frag of the match. So, or not match, that would be terrible. The round, as he was really hot. Like I said, 33 frags in the end of Mirage. He was doing some big things over there, but unable to do things quite yet, as he didn't have that opening frag, so brings it to a 4-on-4 as he's traded off, and now the B-bomb site under siege. SQ playing first set of oranges. Got another player near Spindles, and the trades back and forth. 2-on-2 as he should be able to get the bomb set, but a quick rotate from LeBroy James. Again, he's got the AWP from Market. Maybe not the best angle for him, but we'll see, as he might be able to take a player down. No, he's actually going to rotate out a new box, so LeBroy James has pretty much nothing to work with here, as one player playing from Grill. Jared's going to be playing from that dark spot, so if Wall2 decides to push this smoke, which indeed he does, he should get dropped, and that's an easy frag. Now, Construction player, the only one left, so Devastation looking prime to get their first round here, and they do. That's very crucial that they finally put one on the board. Again, like you were suggesting, very expensive rounds. There was a lot of rounds where they're at least getting some frags in, and that means that there's not a ton of economy here. If they can get 2 in a row, they would put the CTs on save, and now all of a sudden you got a bit of a T-side start.
Yeah, and they are able to drop everybody guns. Or are they? SQ, yeah, they do get everybody a weapon, but not an optimal buy at all. Let's see if SQ actually has one on his back. I thought they dropped one for him. I could be wrong here. Yeah, he actually only has a CZ.
And then 8x with P250, so yeah, not fun for him.
You know, see if they can win this round. It's a big one, and they know how much is at stake. If they can win this one, this is the reason they're force buying. If they can win this one and stop Devastation from winning 2 in a row, that's when they can really start rattling off more rounds again and extend that lead even further. When you're behind, that's when it's really tough, because not only do you got to win your first round, you got to win the one after it. And Devastation here, they are better equipped than the CTs. And the CTs, they're playing this really different this time. They're playing so passively. We've seen them peeking Arch as well as Porch a majority of the time. But Wall2 does get the opening frag, and this is good for your third Equinox. Devastation doesn't know they have 2 players without guns yet, but traded off one of the players at Arch side. That's LeBroy James, who goes down, and Devastation looking to take into the CT spawn. We got a good positioning by Best, though, inside of the CT spawn, looking to trade out his Devastation. Best actually gets around the corner. Now Devastation's trying to make it to the B bomb site, but there's still another third Equinox player here. That's a skew. He plot flashes and gets out of there. Devastation has worked a player into pit, but they're running out of time. TM has to throw a smoke way back at Truck. He might go down here. They got to plant the bomb when it's really dangerous to do so. CTs know what's at stake. They're trying to rush through the smoke. TM still can't find a place to plant it. Best from the CT spawn trying to work up. ADAC stops the plant just in the nick of time. And that should be the end of the round, as the T's have no way to plant the bomb.
Yeah, that was, they tried to get it down at the last second, but not able to do so. Came like halfway through that plant, and luckily Jared and Cheeks will be able to survive through the round. Of course, if they die, that would not be a good situation for them at all, but being that they did stay alive, you got 6,400 on Jared, 4,500 on Cheeks. They can get a buy-in here and keep the pressure on, but certainly the equipment in that last round for the CTs, much worse than what they're coming into this round with, as we see 4 excellent rifles. I've got a FAMAS as well, but I think this is going to be good for them, as we've got Best and SQ still playing this B bomb site together, and they're actually going to fall back here. Not going to play too aggressively, as the T's very grouped up in Banana at the moment. So it's going to be TM thinking to peek up towards that CT cross, and Best is kind of peeking back and forth here, so he might peek back into the crosshairs. Jared's lined up the shot as well, and this is looking really dangerous, but it's going to be SQ, and they focus on him, but TM lends the shot on Best, and this should prompt him to take it to the site. They've got to know SQ's close. And I'm surprised they let TM just go in like that, in that he was pretty separated from the pack when he got that frag, but he gets it nonetheless, and TM ends up getting another one. 3 frags for him in the round, and it's only 8x and Wall2 left, and I think the call is just to save at this point.
Yeah, the economy is really low for third Equinox here, so no surprise that the save is called. Not in position to go for exit frags. No Devastation. They didn't win 2 in a row, but they did have just enough to buy up this round. And now they may have just put the CTs on the save. Third Equinox, they bought up when they knew Devastation was low on money last time, but they had one less, and they're going to have one less gun this time coming into the next. And if they're going to go for this buy, Wall2 will be able to drop 1. So I guess it'll be quite similar. They'll have 3 rifles and 2 pistols if they decide to go for it once more. Check the decision from them. Are they going to do it? Are they going to save fully? Wall2 looking at who he's going to drop. It looks like they're actually just going to save it here. So Devastation if they can avoid this round, start to get a little closer score line here. And now Jared has gotten his off out. And third Equinox are going to go for some banana aggression. We haven't seen these nades in quite some time. They're going for mid aggression as well. Third Equinox trying to do a little pinch here. Devastation, what is TM doing? He jumps around the corner, gives him a free kill. Cheeks comes up, can't get any kills. Cannon Chow now has to try to get the bomb. All he has to do is cross. He takes out his Q. He knows Best around the corner, but Best is able to best him. 8-2 now. That's third Equinox. Take that round, and that's the first time we've seen them do something that crazy with an aggression. And as we always say, if you win those eco rounds like that, just jumpstarts your economy. Those are not guns that you paid for. Those are fallen weapons of the other team. But Devastation still able to buy. And they just need to put rounds together. Third Equinox is winning these rounds where they don't have the best equipment, but the strategy behind it. Every time we've seen them do one of those rounds where they have a couple pistols, and they've either played really passively last time, as we saw them adjust their setup, but this time, complete opposite. And I love that they just do something way different on those rounds.
Yeah, and it paid off as completely caught off guard was the T side. So Devastation, again, keeping the pressure on here. Rifles across the board. This is a bit of a swing round, though, as both teams pretty low in their economy, but quick peek out mid here. It's going to be Adix to take down Jared, so the first blood in the round comes out. They're going to spray through the smoke, and Wall2 actually... or sorry, I'm mistaken. Usually I thought Wall2 was over. Getting them mixed up. It was SQ. It was over on B, but nonetheless, it was Wall2 in pit. A lot of damage there, so down to 19. They're going to put 2 towards truck, and Sasquatch actually peeking all alone towards Arch side. No trade potential. Goes down to LeBroy James. They know his location, but obviously they want to get that refrag in. So T's very spread out right now. Bomb still on T stairs. He's going to group up with TM as he's at the top of Banana. Cheeks trying to put a little bit of noise towards A, and they do have the majority of players on the A site, but they still have a good setup on B here if they do decide to take it.
Cheeks does get one. Third Equinox is not in position in B to start rotating early. Everything is going to boil down to if Devastation can get these entries towards the B bomb site. Eskew and Best have been holding this bomb site like champions, though. One. Trade is there. Eskew from the new box. Both remaining T's are so low, and the time is going to expire. Devastation not playing the clock correctly, and TM goes down after the clock. Their economy is already not looking good, and that should make them unable to buy unless they want to go for some Tech 9s and what have you. But now Devastation, they can't string these rounds together. Third Equinox CT side is looking pretty good. I'm not sure what the pause was about. It's called quite early in the round by Sasquatch. One of their players was in spawn, but we are back to my favorite kind of pauses, the quick ones. And now, how much is Devastation buying? We got Tech 9, smoke bot by Sasquatch, TM. Yeah, you better not buy anything with 900 bucks. And Devastation just buying a little bit. I'm surprised Steve bought much. Well, they do have 2 rounds lost bonus now, so he can afford to buy a smoke and Cannon Chow with the P250. And here comes a slow B take. It's what looks to be just a walk bust. They throw the pop flash and then they wait. Wow, Cheeks gets the frag through the smoke. That is good stuff. But Eskew has the auto shotgun this late in the game. Devastation must be surprised by that. LeBroy James, first player inside of B to try to contest, but wow, Cannon Chow is waiting so far back on the flank. That is really risky for them. I guess the thought process behind it, if you got both the frags in the site, you should be able to hold off at least one player coming up early from the CT spawn. But that choosing to hold the flank instead of joining your teammates, it's a gambit that just happened to work out for Devastation.
Wall2 trying to take into construction here. Going to go towards Garden. TM's actually in a really awesome angle. You can actually watch, not the position that he's currently peeking, but he took down one of the players in Garden purely by he's boosted up in that kind of dark spot boxes here. You can peek towards construction and really, really well and line up a nice headshot angle where most players are not going to have their crosshair up that high when you're clearing that corner. So good play by him. It's one of those retake CTs, but Devastation with their third, and that's definitely good news for them, as I imagine we're probably going to see a strong CT side from Devastation, being that it is their map choice, but they need to actually get enough rounds on the T side so their CT side can actually show. If they leave themselves with not enough cushion, and just means that it's a much more stressful CT side, and that's not the way that they want to play it. They want to be more fluid and relaxed. That's when you're kind of in your best scenario, and they do have the CTs on an eco, so they should be able to get the 4th round in. That being said, CTs have been pretty strong on these pistol rounds.
Third Equinox really impressing me with their adjustments on these rounds. This time they stack towards the B bomb site, and their setup is quite potent. They have LeBroy James at the corner that you're banking on opponents not to check. Askew on the opposite side in front of the first oranges. They have everybody peeking here. If Devastation don't throw the right pop flashes, they could be eating a whole lot of pistol lead. Here they come. Pop flash is not ideal, but they get the opener. And now trying to refrag at the CT gap. If Devastation doesn't just pour into the bomb site, then it should be third Equinox going down instead of Devastation, and that's exactly what we saw. Devastation taking it quite slowly and methodically, and now just wall 2-0. And yeah, 3 and 2. Oh, he must have reconnected or something. There's no way he only has 2 deaths at this point. But trying to catch some exiting players. I mean, he should just save this. Devastation's economy isn't at the point in this part of the game where I think third Equinox should worry about putting them on the save. I think third Equinox should just worry about putting more rounds on the board. But this is a risky play that I don't think wall 2-0 really has to go for. He does throw the pop flash as well as get the kill, but this gives Devastation location on his position. And wow, he gets another one and gets out of there. No, he continues to peek. All right, he did economic damage, but what does that do to Devastation? There's only 2 rounds left in this half, and Devastation, they're going to be able to buy it. They're going to be able to buy their teammates' guns this round, and then look, they still have enough money for themselves to buy if they lose this round. So SQ, or was it wall 2-0? One of those two. See, you're mixing me up, Chad.
I know, right? It was wall 2-0. It was wall 2-0.
So he didn't have to go for that in that position, and now we see a player with a P90 as well as a FAMAS. I mean, the math wasn't right from there.
Yeah, and LeBroy without any smokes, Best without any smokes as well. You really can't afford that on the CT side of Inferno. So see if this comes into play as Devastation. Definitely want to continue this success as better late than never. They've got 4 rounds on the board. And they're going to push up towards top banana here. But the bomb over in A apps. So they're just putting a lot of pressure here. And you can see at the moment they have 3 players on that B site. So it is at least working out for the meantime. Just depends when they're actually going to make a move. As generally you'll see 2 going towards the fake site. And then 3 going into the actual committed site. So it's interesting that they go 3 over to B. Now they're going to send those 2 out apartments. Cheeks still left in banana to maybe wreak a little bit more havoc, but you can see that Adex has actually moved all the way down to bottom mid, and he's going to get a freebie here on Cheeks as he is completely not knowledgeable of that push. So they do end up getting control of this A bomb site, so that's good for them, but Cannon a little low here. And we do see a kit on Adex, so retake underway. They put some smokes up already. The CTs have their work cut out for them.
And both players in the pit. I like this positioning. No smokes for third Equinox, so they're going to have to get the kills. They can't just hop on the bomb. Adex coming up from the middle. Devastation. They love this round. 9-6 is a lot better than 11-4. Jared gets the first one. 2 on 2 now. Tons of time expired. They got to get these kills, and they got to get them now. Jared refuses to go down, but Askew finally drops him, but enough time has expired. And wow, he's looking for a gun. He's looking for a place to hide. But sorry, buddy, you're a goner. 9-5. Devastation moving up, and considering how third Equinox started, this is great for Devastation. And they look to be like they're only going to get maybe 2 or 3 rounds. So with 5, Devastation, they have enough cushion where they can even lose pistol rounds now, or pistol round. That's not optimal by any means, but with 5, that's enough to make a play like that. And another auto sniper. I guess haven't taken any pages out of what's his name, Drossel's book. It's this gun over the Nova, interestingly enough, and they always bring it towards the B side. And third Equinox, they stack this B side so often, and they've done it more in later rounds than they have early on, as Devastation kind of fell off of their traditional Inferno style. They've been putting more and more players towards banana, so adapting both teams, and Devastation doing very slow work. Look, they have a player all the way back in alternate mid. That's Cannon watching for the push all the way out the apartments. And third Equinox hasn't been pushing that route. So I'm really surprised Devastation would do that, going for the hardest of reads, predicting when your opponent will do it for the first time in the match. Quite impressive he was able to pull it off, but third Equinox is not pushing. And Devastation is priming up for this B take.
And they've been sitting in banana for a while now, and looks like we'll eventually decide to take. Cannon Chow's going to leave mid, and he's going to group up with his team here. So with 35 seconds left, these smokes should be dissipating, and they're going to have one player, SQ, CZ75 at Fountain. Not exactly the orthodox angle that you usually hold in Fountain. He gets one with it. Leroy James, here we go. Auto shotty. Finds one onto Jared. It's a 3-on-3 as they are getting the bomb set, but already in connector. Sorry, not connector, construction. He's Leroy James. Again, not the best weapon. Range is the auto shotty, but his teammates come in and help him out. Maybe he can get a little closer. Wow, Wall2 and 8X both with frags. Now TM, he goes down to 8X, and they're not going to be able to finish that last round. So it will be 10-5. Devastation looked like they were going to get that 6th round in, but good retake comes in. Pistols showing their worth, and it's 10-5 half. So good stuff there from Third Equinox. They bring it back on their opponent's map choice, and they are going to switch to the lesser favorite side, but did want to spend a moment talking about Zowie, as this match is brought to you in part by Zowie Gear. If you guys are interested in, if you need to replace your peripherals, or if you're just looking for better stuff, I highly recommend looking into Zowie, as they honestly have the best that you can get in terms of mouse kind of gear and such that are made. Their FK series, you name it. Honestly, their mouse pad as well. Fantastic stuff. So check it out, ZowieGear.com. And
yeah, I'm actually on a new setup right here, and a setup that's not mine. And I was rocking the FK at my house, but here it's the EC2, and the right side grip in comparison with
it's nice, right?
Yeah, it's
the ambidextrous.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think I still prefer the one I have at home, maybe just because I'm not used to this one, but the ambidextrous compared to the EC2, I mean, I don't have complaints about either.
Yeah, EC2, a little bit more ergonomic maybe. If you guys want something for work, honestly, I was the kind of guy, I worked in IT, so I brought all gaming gear to work, mechanical keyboard and all, but anyhow, nonetheless.
What a cool guy.
I know, everybody was jealous of my mechanical keyboard, but anyhow, ZowieGear.com, pistol rounds live. We got 2 pieces of armor on the CT side for Devastation. They got a kit on Cannon Chow as well, and a nade. Where's Third Equinox going to go? They take this pistol round. They're well on their way to closing out map number 2, Devastation. They do not want to drop this, as they want to start their comeback here and now. So we've got 2 players at top banana, and we can see the T's have moved their way up a little bit, but a smoke comes down from the CT side, and that's going to delay, and we'll see if the T's decide to stick it out in banana or rotate back. The problem with where they've located all their players is if they choose to go back over to A, in theory, a lot of CTs could have pushed up, and you got to check a lot of angles. So looks to me that they've committed to B. They're just waiting for the smoke to go, and then that's going to be their cue possibly.
Yeah, that is a danger you have to worry about. And the setup of Devastation, they got a player at Spindles and Sasquatch in the cubby. Oh, and they smoke off Spindles, leaving Sasquatch all alone. Now just TM looking to stop the bomb plan. He's shooting at the entirely wrong angle, but Cannon Chow gets 2 in the CT spawn. Third Equinox was trying to push in, but instead they give Devastation a better chance this round. TM still in the back of New Box. Really interesting end round scenario here. Good flash from Cheeks though, blinds this dude totally. Now they're looking to isolate the player in banana. They gotta watch over the flank from the CT spawn though. Wall2 gets 2 of them. Only Cheeks up here in Devastation. Lose the pistol round. That puts Equinox on 11. And I was saying that Devastation could lose the pistol round and still have a chance, but they did not want to at all. And may even think about a force buy here. I'd be surprised if Steve Squatch calls it, considering his old schooler propensities, if you will. And Equinox here buying a whole lot of rifles, perhaps expecting that Devastation may go for the force buy. But yeah, as I was saying, Devastation, they put enough rounds on the board to potentially lose a pistol round and still have a chance, but Third Equinox is probably going to be up 13-5 before Devastation can get a gun round in.
Yeah, very little mistakes are able to be made at that point. You got to play pretty much lights out on that CT side. So they don't go for the upgraded, well, they go for upgraded pistols, no armor though. Jared actually keeping default. It's going to be Cheeks that attempts to push in apartments, but he's going to be taken down by SQ as they're playing very slow right now. That's for good reason. It's anti-eco. You got plenty of time on the clock. You just kind of let it ride out, see if you can find any aggressive players. If not, try and work towards a site and flush out if it is a stack. That's kind of the name of the game, and they actually have rifles across the board. Thinking that there should be armor on the CTs, but like we were saying, a bit of a classical approach here. They are going to save and wait for those rifles to come onto the field. So a ramp side push, and Cannon Chow hits ahead. Best goes down, and taking a second here. He finds a third. Are you kidding me? And now it's a 2v3 completely winnable situation for the CT side.
That's great. Cannon Chow giving his team a big rally, giving his team ample time to try to rotate in. And now they got the Bermuda Triangle set up. They can approach from 3 different locations, all thanks to Cannon Chow. Now wrapping in. Jared gets the first one, only SQ trapped in the bomb site. CT approaching from everywhere. And all thanks to Cannon Chow. Devastation. Wow. Bring it right back. The Deagle, the most expensive weapon that was bought from Devastation, but those 3 1Ds, oh my, that is nutty stuff from Cannon Chow.
Yeah, to hold that angle, and he just kind of pulls back a little bit every time and lines it up again. And beautiful work there, as, yeah, impressive stuff. They honestly, I don't think they should have had that round, but Cannon Chow, he's pretty quiet on that T side. But maybe just a CT side player. He likes holding angles, and that could definitely be why.
Right, he brought that Deagle straight out of Source. That looked like a Source Deagle play, not a Go Deagle play.
Yeah, impressive stuff. As Devastation will move up 6-11, so this is definitely what they wanted. As they lost Pistol, but the second round thereafter, they honestly invested, like we were saying, that was the most expensive weapon they put on the board. So they jumpstart their economy. They've got 2 Galils. They've got an AK-47 on TM. He's got a full nade set and all. And, of course, the other ones will be able to afford themselves whatever their heart desires, whether it be an SMG or a rifle. And it's going to be Sasquatch picking up the auto shotty. So we're going to see that come out to play once again here. And for good reason. If you can catch them on an eco round, they go down real quick, and 900 bucks a frag, like we were saying. It's ridiculous how much money you get for that. And you can put a lot of money into your economy early on. Here we go. T's have not purchased any armor. So hopefully for their case, they steer clear of Sasquatch and that auto shotty.
Yeah, Sasquatch with a whole lot of ping here. Doesn't want to make us wait to resolve it. What a gentleman. And shotgun, not a bad idea for the player with a ton of ping. Just double the next guy up. And for third Equinox here, they don't buy any armor, nothing like that. P250s with a few of them, but they're looking to AK in the next round. And that's kind of strange because Sasquatch, maybe he expected them to buy this round and Tech 9 rush, because when the next round comes, that auto shotgun is not going to be as effective as it would had a third Equinox bought here. But we did see third Equinox use the shotgun and do well with it on gun rounds versus Devastation. So Sasquatch looking to match that, and allowed all the way up mid as well as Hall's control is third Equinox. So Devastation playing this really passive on their anti-eco. 1 moto, 1 site, 1 pit. Here come third Equinox storming up the porch side. Devastation looking to have a clean hold, and that is exactly what's happened. And Cannon Chow giving them the business. Not a single frag thus far for them, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get one. They do not. Perfect round for Devastation. Precisely what they want to have a better chance this match by not losing any of those weapons, getting that economy booming. And now the gun round, and we'll see if Sasquatch comes into question with that auto shotty.
Yeah, it looks like he is just going to hang on to it, and his ping hasn't really gone down, so that's unfortunate for him. They will continue on here. As like you were saying, 5 players left alive. Great for the economy on that CT side. They didn't have to rebuy actually, I think that they got rid of 1 Galil. So they did drop one of those and opted for an M4. Jared will keep his, though, as he doesn't mind. But the T's will move up towards apartments pretty quickly. They've got a player on hay bale. SQ looking to get peaky up there. They're just going to hold that angle. LeBroy James in underpass at the moment, so pretty default here. As well, too, might be able to get peaky towards this B bomb site, but he's already been taken down to 56, so I'd be wise not to. But here we go, a flash from the CT side, and Sasquatch tries to utilize that auto shotty, but not effective, and Best will take down TM as well. So B bomb site completely open for business, as they're going to be having that bomb very close to get into the site. Already Jared in the picture for the rotate, but the other CTs are nowhere to be found.
Yeah, and Jared's going to go for this is interesting. And they're even thinking about going for this 3 versus 5. They do have the economy behind it to go for this, but still going for the save is not a bad idea. Eventually going to do just that. They may go for some exit frags here. Jared does spam one through the smoke. And Sasquatch approach to that round with the auto shotgun was quite interesting. He threw his nade and then mollied over into Banana, hoping to just wound them down a bit before he can try to give it to him with the auto shotgun. I like the idea behind that, because a lot of times when you're rocking that auto shotgun or the Nova, you know, you'll hit a player down to, what, 12, 20 HP, something like that. It's kind of nice for Sasquatch, but unfortunately the pop flash wasn't the best over that Banana side wall. And now, given another round, is third Equinox. This is where Devastation need to win this one and just put third Equinox on another save. They need to keep that economy low, keep their economy high. And they can't lose any more rounds at this point. If they lose this one, they still have a decent enough economy. So that's interesting that Devastation could hang on like that. They will force buy up if they lose this one. That's not what they want to do. Third Equinox going for what looks to be a banana rush, halted by some nades for the time being. And then going back towards middle here. Devastation. We're peeking it a bit, but now just smoking it and nading down. Nobody home for that nade, doing 0 damage. And third Equinox with his banana control slowly creeping their way up. They're holding both middle and alt middle from way far back, and now grouping up towards B, set up for Devastation. They got one Spindles as well as one near the oranges here. Third Equinox has had success entering the bomb site before. We'll see if they can do it again.
And they are going to Molotov onto Car, hoping to slow down this play a little bit, but the nades still rain over from the T side. And they're going to have to push the smoke here if they want to go for it, and Sasquatch is going to be waiting on the other side, just hoping for them to run through, but we see all the nades rain out, and they're going to rotate off, and I kind of figured that might be the play, is to run through smoke there is a little bit suicide. And I've got to think that the CTs were thinking the same thing, so they do have 3 players still on this A site. One on Rap side, it's going to be Jared. He's going to have a couple players coming around the corner to test him. SQ did eat that flash, but gives away the location a little bit. They've got 2 players in Speedway in case they push into CT, but 2 up truck side, 2 up arch side, and Cannon Chow comes up with 2. He gets traded off. Cheeks with 1 on the LeBroy James. It's 2v3 as they're attempting to get the bomb set, while 2 is just going to go right for that flank. He wants at least to get it down, and he will be able to do so as TM. They all spam in his direction, but it's eventually TM with his pistol to take him down. So another CT round comes in. They're only able to get the single round on the board. And that's not bad at all for Devastation here.
No, certainly not. And they got the bomb down for third Equinox. Only 1 round of loss bonus. So it's going to put them in a position where 3 of their players can buy just fine. And then 2 of them, we're going to have to go with some Tech 9s or something like that. Already best bought up. So this is going to be a buy round. Not sure if Waltua wanted to. He's just considering what he should even buy here. Goes with Tech 9. A few weapons, or a few nades, and no head armor. So just trying to save a little bit here. But not the best of buys from third Equinox. Looking to go right back into their default of just holding both middle as well as alt middle. Now this is a little different from them, as they have a player up in halls as well with a bomb. Usually that signifies that they'll be going back towards A eventually, but Inferno, one of the maps that you see players rotate back and forth of the A and B bomb sites very quickly, as the map is so much about just putting pressure on, you know, mid and falling back to Banana, or vice versa. Or just pushing the players back off of Banana and halls and then straight executing. There's not many things you could do on this map. It's all about those reads and jockeying the opposition out of position. And now Devastation going with a very traditional setup here at both the bomb sites. 1 halls, 2 mid, 1 on each side of B. And third Equinox pressuring up mid. The bomb is still back down towards Banana though. So fighting on this fake is Devastation here. And if third Equinox can get into CT spawn, that's even better.
Yeah, and they are going to make it all the way through, and the player in library, Jared, not wise to this, so they called it. They maybe heard some noise, but the fact that they're coming in from CT spawn, it looks like TM's wise to it, so he takes down 1, but traded off immediately. It's only Sasquatch alive in sight, and he needs to come up with at least 2 here, but doesn't get a single one, while 2 will take him down. So 3v4 in the retake. Devastation, they do not want to drop this round, as they do have a little bit of a bank set up. But third Equinox is getting closer and closer to closing things out. This would be their 13th, as they've got a really good post plan. They've got 2 in construction right now, 1 in garden, someone at new box. They honestly have a really good setup. So a little bit wise maybe for the CTs not to go for this, but they're going to get caught out as they slowly try and move up. And honestly, a bit of a uncoordinated play in my eyes, as they're not able to get anything done. They get completely smushed there. And again, maybe if they save those weapons, I don't know. They've got enough to get a buy-in here. They got 8,200 on cheeks and such. So we'll see if they are a little bit shortchanged for nades and such. I think saving was probably the better idea there. What do you think?
I don't know. Somehow Jared got an AWP out of that. I don't know where that AWP came from. He must have bought it right away. I thought their economy was way lower than it is, but they still get 5 rifles on the board. It's miscalculated a little bit. Again, not sure where Jared got his op from, but third Equinox here, as you're saying, slowly approaching that 16th round. Devastation. This is make or break for them. Just taking a look at their economy, they got 550 across, or for all their players combined. The third Equinox could shatter their economy at this point, move themselves onto the 14th round, and that might be curtains for Devastation here. Third Equinox favoring this B bomb site once more. Devastation has cheated an additional player over, though. That's Jared. Smokes up. Sasquatch still can't get anybody. And now they're trying to go for the ninja plant inside the smoke. Third Equinox totally okay with giving the back of the bomb site to TM. But Askew finds a way his way around the box. Oh man, unfortunate for TM, the timing on that. But traded out by Jared. Still not undoable for Devastation here as they even it up 3-on-3. Coming up from the CT spawn. Nice crossfire from Equinox here. They have nobody in the site. They're just crossfiring inside of Banana on the opposite side near the fountain. Oh, Jared, last player up. Both players of third Equinox are pushing him here. Crazy stuff. Third Equinox move on to their 14th round. And I kind of like that from third Equinox. They play Banana crossfire after taking in the bomb site. They don't even really clear the back. Askew did go for it, but that wasn't the plan of the rest of their players. And that's just an interesting way to go about taking Banana.
Yeah, I like it, and third Equinox have realized that B bomb site is open. Every time they've gone there, I hate to call out Steve Sasquatch, but he honestly hasn't been able to make anything work.
Classic Steve bottom frag.
Poor guy, as yeah, not a lot going on there, and TM's not able to help out too much either. He is near the top of the scoreboard, but again, B bomb site's where he's holding, and just haven't been able to keep it on lockdown, but TM will get challenged here as he actually gets a little bit of help as Wall 2 takes down Best, and he takes down Wall 2, so beautiful as technically 2 players down. He'll take it, but they do know his position. He's got an AK, but they do spam him down. The pre-fire is real, and it's a 3-person take onto this B-bomb site. Looking a little bleak here in the round. It looks like third Equinox, they're going to bring it to that 15th map point territory.
And then we're moving on to Cobble. All right.
I'm excited.
Jared and Cheeks here. Coming up from the CT spawn, third Equinox. They don't seem to have poor post plans. They've always had good setups, and we've seen a variety of ways they do this. And Devastation here, going with an interesting boost on the back of the truck of CT spawn. Looking for any exiting players, and they could keep them locked in here. But it's one of those boosts, just like on Overpass, that gives away the fact that you have 2 players in the position. And they do. Devastation does a great job there. They trade out 2. They didn't have guns, but they trade out for 2 of the Terrace side who did have guns. But it's kind of the similar situation we were in last match, where economics are kind of out the window at this point, because the T's are going to keep being able to buy, unless Devastation take out 4 of their players, or like all 5, and still lose the round numerous times. So the economics maybe they're trying to get AKs out of their hands and recover them, but just trading what wasn't ideal for them in that scenario. But now third Equinox on to that tie point in Devastation. They got to take 7 in a row, playing that perfect Counter-Strike if they want to avoid Cobble.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for him, but who knows? Cannon Chow's got a deagle in hand at the moment. Seen some crazy things from that player and weapon, but it's going to be an arch side wrap as drop down to 9 as SQ, and Cannon Chow will peek out, tries to make use of his deagle, but gets dropped. Peeks goes down as well, and this looks like it could be it here. We got 3 players on the retake, but they are fully smoked off library. It is completely in fumes, as well as arches. So they will push through and gain that territory, but another smoke comes up at Moto. So good post-plant setup here as well, too. Takes down Sasquatch. Jared and TM both at 50. He will take down Best, but they still have 4 T's to deal with. And with time ticking away, is definitely lessening their chances as they've split up. One player coming in from Moto. That smoke dissipates. He's going to go for it here. Jared makes his way on site, but so many angles to check. Too little time. And it is going to be third Equinox. They take each other's map choices. Interesting stuff.